Well, it's a new day. It's about 38 degrees out here today. It's perfect, clear and sunny, and the snow's starting to melt finally. The bad thing is the 8 inches of powder that we got before is setting on about 10 to 12 inches of solid ice from the first snowstorm, and you can see that pretty clear right here in the tractor tracks. That's just all ice. Then you got that layer of snow right there, and it's like that everywhere. So I'm out here. I just fed the pigs, checked everything. Water's still good. Well, it's getting better. I'm not gonna say it's good, it's getting better. They do have access to hydration, not dehydration. And so I'm just moving along, getting my stuff done. Wind's blowing today. It makes it just a little bit cooler, but not too bad. So today's a new day. Tomorrow starts day one for me. And I know you guys, if you've been on this channel long enough, you've heard me talk about health and nutrition and everything. It's kind of like what I do, but I'm not the poster child for it, unfortunately. Now, what I've done in the past is I've realized that I've had some medical problems going on, and I'm at risk for some, well, I'll just put it to you this way. Parkinson's runs on my mom's side of the family. So my grandma, which would be my maternal grandmother, had it, my mom has it, and my brother has it. And though it's not genetic or it's not hereditary, it does increase your risk for Parkinson's disease. And I've been in healthcare long enough to know, man, whatever I can do to kind of prevent it, or not even, if not even significantly delay the onset, I'm going to do it. So before that even started with me, I don't have a diagnosis of Parkinson's right now, but I'll tell you the story that leads up to this is, yeah, we all gain weight, we get a little older, eat the standard American diet, get a little older, pack on some weight, try to follow what the government told us to do. Things don't change, they only get worse. Now, I have tried since about 2020. I believe every single person is an individual, okay? So you can't blanket cover everybody with healthcare and say this works, because it doesn't work for everybody. And what I ended up doing was, I got to try something. I don't feel good, kind of wiped out. So I need to try something to get started here. And so I started doing some reading, doing some research and everything like that. And I decided, hey, you know what? The only way I'm going to realize what's going to work for me is if I do it. If it doesn't work, I stop, move on to the next thing. And I did not go with these fad diets. I did not want to do any kind of fad diet like South Beach, Atkins, or anything like that. So went with the easiest one to start with. Went vegan, 100% vegan for 60 days. I'm going to tell you now, 60 days of 100% not ultra processed vegan food or anything like that. No soy burgers, none of that stuff. I mean, I'm eating vegetables, I'm eating fruit, I'm eating everything, simple ingredients, doing good. Even went with like the Dave's Killer bread type of thing. Nothing worked. 60 days, I was absolutely miserable. My reflux worsened so bad, I had to start taking 2 omeprazoles a day. My blood pressure was poorly controlled, where before starting it, it was well controlled on the medicines that I was taking. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give it time. I'll do it fairly. I'll do it time. So I did. I gave it time. So I did. I did 60 full days. Man, I could not understand how in the world some people can do that lifestyle. I was always hungry. I was always in the bathroom. I was my own renewable source of energy, if you know what I mean. It was bad. So 60 days, I said, that's it, can't do it no more. Didn't see any results, actually seen a worsening of my symptoms. Stopped it. fell back off the wagon, went back to just the normal standard American diet stuff. Not fast food or anything like that, just standard American diet stuff. You know, there's heart healthy labels and whole grain type stuff. Nothing got better. Yes, I'm getting you some food. Chill out. So, found a keto diet. It's like, woo. Well, first of all, what happened in between then was when I ended up getting COVID. And I've talked about that on previous videos too, where COVID kicked my butt. I ended up with pneumonia, on 2 different antibiotics, on steroids, on inhalers, and everything like that. And I ended up with long COVID, and it was 6 months before I could walk across level ground without getting winded. And no, I'm not walking across level ground right now. That's why I'm winded. But anyways, sorry, the cool air got my nose running, so I have to forgive that, just overlook it. So anyways, after I kind of recovered from that, I found the keto diet. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. I can do that. So I went on the keto diet. Fantastic results. Dropped 30 pounds. Brain fog went away. Mood improved. Energy improved. Wow, felt great. No issues at all. And then my kids come home from school and they bring home the gastrointestinal virus. You know, that sit on the toilet with a bucket in front of you type of illness. And for whatever reason, it mutated. And when it got to me, and I was down for a week, and I mean a whole week. So of course I couldn't eat ketogenic type stuff. So I'm just like munching on some crackers, a little bit of bananas here and there, a little bit of toast, those kind of things. And I thought, as soon as I'm over this, I'm back on the keto diet. Get back to feeling good, get back to eating good foods. So, down for a week. It took me about a week to where I could start eating stuff that I was eating previously. Got right back on it, 100%. Used an app on my phone, tracking my macros, tracking my calories. Perfect. Couldn't achieve the same results, no matter what I did. Started doing fasting. So I did like 48-hour fast. Then I would go into an intermittent fasting where I would fast for 18 hours, eat once or twice during like a 6-hour period there. Go right back, you know, thinking that'll help, you know, turbo boost me back into ketosis and everything like that, and I'll start feeling better. Never did work. So of course I got frustrated and disgusted with it. Yeah, well, you know, went back on standard American diet. Gain weight, reflux come back, blood pressure poorly controlled again. And talked to my doc, and I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, it's not working. I get these symptoms, I get those symptoms, I get all this mess going on. And he said, well, with all of that, sounds like you've got irritable bowel syndrome. Great. Just what I wanted to hear. So he said, you need to go on a elimination diet. It's called a low FODMAP diet, FODMAP, and I did that. Well, I'll put it to you this way. I read up on it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be able to stick with that. I know I'm not. So read a little bit more, research a little bit more. Well, what better elimination diet is there than a carnivore diet? So I thought, well, I'll do carnivore. I started carnivore. 9 days, I come off of my reflux medicine, completely off. 22 days, I come completely off my blood pressure medicine. 35 pounds gone. Energy back up through the roof. Brain fog gone. Felt fantastic. Well, stayed that for better part of 6 months. And just did great. And I can't remember, something happened, whatever it was, ended up going off of it for a couple weeks. Recognized that I was going right back down the path that I was on before, went right back to carnivore. Like 0 carbs, 100% animal based. I'm eating steaks, I'm eating ground beef, I'm eating chicken, I'm eating everything that I was eating when I first started. 0 carbs, 0 grains, no sugars, no nothing. Could not achieve the same results again. That gets frustrating for you. And when I got to that point, I'm like, you know what? Pardon my expression, This is horseshit. Something's going on. And of course, in that frustrations, you feel bad about yourself, feel sorry for yourself is what you end up doing. I went right back into bad way of eating. Got miserable for a couple of months, thought, I'll try it again. So I went ketovore, like combination keto carnivore, where I could eat some vegetables, I could eat salads, I could eat some leafy greens and stuff like that. Got a little bit improvement, could never achieve what I had before. So about a year goes by and I'm still low carb, no carb, keto, carnivore type thing. Got water dripping on my head here. And, you know, I finally get back in and see my doc. I'm like, look, hadn't seen him in close to 2 years. I said, I'm miserable. I'm exhausted all the time. I have no energy. I have no motivation. I have no desire. I said, I want to do so much. And I said, I just can't do it. I said, I can't do it. It's like somebody cut your legs off. Whack. So he runs a gauntlet of tests on me. Gauntlet of blood tests, everything else. Everything comes back normal. Well, everything's normal. Well, where do we go from here? Well, we put you on a statin and your cholesterol's a little high. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. He said, I didn't think you would. So, left the office. And I get back on the keto carnivore type of thing. And I'm able to maintain at that point. That's about all I could do is maintain. And, you know, I tell you guys all the time on these videos, I always got something to do. 8.5 hours a day at my regular job, out the door, working on a farm, taking care of the animals, doing what I can. Weekends, I'm usually doing projects and stuff like that. So I'm not somebody to sit around, but more and more and more, I kept getting that point where, damn, I don't want to get off the couch. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do nothing. And, you know, I even had my testosterone checked and everything like that, thinking that might be an issue. That wasn't an issue. So more and more I read, I'm like, you know what? This is, I'm done. I'm disgusted. Well, in the meantime, I end up with a frozen shoulder. No absolute reason whatsoever to get this frozen shoulder. I'm stiff as a board. All my joints are aching. I'm not eating things that I shouldn't be. I'm doing what I think I should be doing, and it's just not getting any better. So now I'm digging deeper into this. I'm like fully immersing myself in this stuff. And I'm reading this stuff about high cortisol levels. Well, my cortisol level was in the normal range according to my blood tests. My testosterone was on the lower end of normal, but it was still normal range. It was fine. This was that. You know, everything, nothing was making sense. So I get online, I start looking. There's got to be a functional medicine doctor in my region. I got to find out what's going on. So I found a place in Wheeling, West Virginia. It's called the Healthplex. And I dive into their website. Every damn written word or typed word on that website, I'm reading. I call. I start talking. I'm like, this is all the stuff that I got going on. I've done keto. I've done carnivore. I've done full vegan. I've done everything. All of my blood work comes back based on laboratory results as normal. I said, but something is wrong. She goes, Mike, she goes, you would not believe everybody that calls us that Western medicine, modern healthcare has failed them, not identified the root cause of what's going on. She said, this is what we hear all the time. So anyways, I'm not going to get into the full disclosure of everything on this that they offer. I'm just going to tell you they got everything going on up there. And I didn't even have to go up. I actually planned on going up there, but the storm hit, so we did everything on Zoom. Filled out all the paperwork, met with the doctor. He spent an hour on Zoom with me, spent an hour on Zoom with my brother, breaks down everything for us, tells us everything that, that's involved in this. And of course, they don't bill insurance because insurance won't cover for this kind of stuff. Now, this isn't like a naturopathic, take this herb, take that herb, take 2 puffs off of some white sage or whatever, you know what I mean? There's nothing like that. So included in the cost of everything is the follow-up with the doctor, the dietitian, the physical therapist, the exercise guys. I mean, you've got access to everything. They even have a full gym up there and everything like that. So, I mean, everything's involved in this. And I got a box. They went, so he ordered a bunch of labs for me. I went, they drew like 10 tubes of blood off me, no kidding. Doing a full autoimmune panel. full hormone panel. I mean, everything. And as I told that girl, I said, I've never had this many labs drawn at one setting. So, in your labs, of course, are included in the cost. All of your supplements and stuff that they send you is included in the cost. And the diet is set up as a ketogenic diet, but the supplements and stuff that they're giving you is everything that basically everybody needs. It's kind of like, let's rebuild, detox in the process, and get your body healed, get the healing started, and then continue the healing and fixing the problems with food. Clean food, organic, whole foods, good stuff. And it's a ketogenic based follow-up. And my problem is I know the foods and stuff that I can and cannot eat, but the best thing about this is this is structured. So it's a structured program. It's set up. You have modules that you follow every week. Every week they've got meal plans set up. They have everything, recipes, grocery lists. I mean, everything that you could possibly think of. It's right there. And that's what I need. And as we're sitting there meeting with the doctor on Zoom, my brother's sitting there in the room with me. And I'm describing all of my symptoms and everything to the doc. And my brother looks at me and he goes, you know what, Michael? He said, everything that you're sitting there describing is everything that I experienced before I got diagnosed with my Parkinson's. And I went, well, damn. Not the best thing to hear, but it leads me to believe that my potential to develop Parkinson's is probably there. And if I can get started now at 53 years old to kind of nip it in the bud now, maybe I can delay or even prevent like a full onset of it. But anyways, my brother, when he said that to me, that was like the clue for me that this was the right thing for me to do. So I've got a box. I've got a box you wouldn't believe. That sucker's like 10 pounds of supplements and stuff that I need to start tomorrow, including starting on my diet. So I'm not going to post any pictures of me in shorts with no shirt or nothing like that. I'm just not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to keep you guys updated at least once a week on how my progress is going, how I'm feeling with this. And I think this is the way, the only way that I'm going to figure out what's going on with me and what I need to do to heal myself. And like I said, I do this as a job. And everybody that I talk to, it's always the same story. It's always the same story. A lot of the same symptoms, not so much Parkinson's side of stuff, but, chronic fatigue. Everybody's got chronic fatigue now. It's from our food. It's from our dietary habits. It's from everything that we're eating and drinking and consuming that just puts that much added stress on your body and just wipes you out. And I'll tell you now, there's people that I've known for 30 plus years that will tell you that I was like the poster child for testosterone overdoses back in the day. I was the Energizer Bunny. You couldn't stop me, man. I could not be stopped. I was all go, no stop, 100% balls to the wall. And I was not good to my body growing through those years. All those years of working as a paramedic, working in an ER and everything like that. It was always a high stress type of job. So, this is probably, I'm probably reaping the fruits of my labor here. But, genetics is also going to play a little bit of a role in this. But ultimately what I want to do is I want to get myself on a healing path because my kids are 10 and 7 and I got to be around a long time to harass them as much as I possibly can. I've got to make sure that my wife gets no peace whatsoever for a very long time. That she's always having to second guess and wonder what the hell I'm getting into. And I got a farm to build. And the good thing is I'm stubborn enough and driven enough to stick to this and do this. And that's the thing. I mean, you got to look at yourself. You got to make a decision where you're at, how you feel. Do you want to feel better? Do you want to get better? Do you want to be healthier? And yes, I have to start to exercise. Getting out here, lugging around 5-gallon buckets full of feed, 50-pound feed sacks, walking back and forth, feeding, taking care of the pigs, doing this, doing that. That's not exercise. That's movement, but that's not exercise. And I need to get into a structured program, and I'm 100% doing it. I've got everything that I need right there in the house. I'm going to do it. Tomorrow starts the day that I'm on my healing journey. So it's called functional medicine. If you're in West Virginia and you have any, interest in it or curiosity, the place is called the Healthplex. It's in Wheeling. I suggest you get on there, read up. If you're taking a bunch of pills, I'm not. I take one blood pressure pill a day. That's about it. But if you're taking a bunch of pills and you're constantly seeing a doctor and constantly having to adjust medicines or constantly have to add medicines and stuff, and you're just not feeling how you're supposed to be feeling, I'm going to tell you probably need to do it. So each video I do each week, I'm going to give you guys an update. Regardless of whatever the video is based on, I'm going to give you an update and let you know where I'm at, how things are going, and how I'm feeling. So come with me. If you've been here this long, hit that thumbs up button. Let's keep this video and this channel in rotation and get it moving along. If I can't help everybody in what I do in my job, including myself, which I've tried, and the failure is what just knocks me down every time, then maybe this will help people and give them the chance to seek out better health care, better health treatment, and get yourself clean, get yourself healing, and get yourself healthier with better nutrition. So I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, I can go on about this for a long time, and I'm already over 20 minutes on this. But we're going to work on this. Tomorrow morning starts the day. No soda, no pop, no diet pop, no caffeine, no sugars, no artificial sweetener, no nothing. Everything starts tomorrow. Come with me. See what you can find out about yourself. Puppies are having fun in the snow. Get and stay prepared. Stay free. God bless y'all.